Assalamu alaikum students. Our today's topic is for 11th class, and today we will discuss about anatomy of flowering plants. First, introduction. As you know, anatomy is the study of internal structure of plants, and we also know plants are made up of cells, and those are organized into tissues. These tissues in turn develop into organs varying in their internal structure. Angiosperms are divided into dicots and monocots. These two groups also differ anatomically in their structural organization. Now the tissue. A tissue is a group of cells having a common origin and perform similar functions. Based on the power of division, tissues are of two types: meristematic and permanent. Meristematic means having capacity of division, and permanent means derived from the meristematic cells by gradual divisions and differentiation. The broad outline of the classification of tissues can be illustrated as below. For example, as you know, this is a tissue, it's meristematic and permanent. Permanent further divides into simple tissues and complex tissues. And simple tissues are divided into parenchyma, parenchyma, cyclorenchyma. Cyclorenchyma is divided into fibers and cycloids, cyclades. So far as complex tissues are concerned, they are xylem and phloem. First, we will look what the meristematic tissues are. Growth in plants is largely limited to specific region where active cell divisions take place. Such regions are called meristems. In plants, growth is limited to a specific region where active cell division takes place. Such a region is called meristems. The important characteristics of meristematic cells. Number one, meristematic cells are small, young cells which have the ability to grow and divide. Number two, they do not have intercellular spaces. Number three, the walls are thin, elastic, and made of cellulose. Number four, nucleus is prominent and cytoplasm is dense. Number five, vacuoles are absent or very small. Number six, the rate of respiration is very high. Number seven, biosynthetic activity is also high. And number eight, reserve food is little but food supply is quite high. The classification of meristems. Meristems can be classified on the basis of position, origin, and function, and also plan of cell division. First, based on position. On the basis of position, three types of meristems are recognized. Number one, apical meristem. Apical meristem are found at the apices of root and shoot, causing increase in length. This is the apical meristem. And number two is intercalary meristem. The meristem which occurs between mature tissues is known as intercalary meristem. For example, at the base of internode in grasses and below the nodes in mentha, they also help to increase length of an organ. This is the intercalary meristem. And number third, lateral meristem. These are arranged parallel to the sides of organs, and after division they give rise to secondary permanent tissues. For example, vascular cambium and cork cambium. The former is a primary meristem and the later is a secondary meristem. This is the lateral meristem. These were the classification of meristem on the basis of position. Now the classification of meristem on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, these are also of three types. Promeristem. It refers to the youngest meristematic cell of a growing organ. Number two, primary meristem. They are derived from the promeristem and are present since the embryonic stage. Intrafascicular cambium in dicot stem is also an example of this type of meristem. Secondary meristem. It is derived from primary permanent tissues which have the capacity to divide. Intrafascicular cambium in dicot stem, cambium in dicot roots, and cork cambium in dicot stem and dicot roots are striking examples of secondary meristem. The third one is based on the function. On the basis of function, these are three important categories are there. Protoderm. It is the outermost layer of the young growing region that develops to form epidermal tissue system. Procambium. It is composed of narrow, elongated parenchymatous cells that gives rise to vascular tissue system. And ground meristem. It is made up of large, thin-walled cells which develop to form ground tissue system, that is hypoderm, cortex, and pith. Now, based on the plan of cell division, on the basis of plan of cell division, three important types are recognized. Moss meristem. Cell divisions take place in all the plants. This type of meristems are seen in the growth of endosperm and young embryo. Rib or file meristem. Plan of division is restricted at right angles or clinally. Plan of division is restricted at right angles or anticlinally to the longitudinal axis of the cell, root. This type of growth pattern is found in the development of the cortex and pith. The third one is a plate meristem. The divisions occur anticlinally in two planes so that new cells are formed, but number of layers does not increase. This pattern of growth is seen in case of uniseriate epidermis and multiseriate flat blade of leaf. This was something about the meristem, and tomorrow we will be discussing apical meristem. Thank you, students. Try to note these points so that you may get benefit from this. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.